Thank you so much, Chairman Myrie and members of the Senate Standing Committee on Elections. My name is Genevieve Vaida. I'm a resident of Brooklyn and Vice President of Policy for New Kings Democrats. NKD appreciates the invitation to provide testimony today. NKD has centered its work on bringing transparency, accountability, and inclusionary democracy to the Kings County Democratic Party. Since 2008, we have activated Brooklyn neighbors by helping them register to vote and run for county committee. Last year, we reviewed hundreds of rejected absentee ballots to ensure voter enfranchisement. Many people today have already spoken and brought forward testimony regarding the inefficiencies and the challenges that the Board of Elections staff, particularly poll workers, face. These challenges that are leading to errors and the disenfranchisement of city voters can all be traced to the politicized leadership of the Board of Elections, which has been discussed quite a bit before me, and the inability of city officials, particularly, and therefore the public here in the city, to hold election administrators accountable for their behavior. The Board of Elections is the only agency where positions are held simultaneously by two individuals and recommended by county political parties. In theory, bipartisanship ensures fair and balanced elections, but we have seen the hyper-partisan nature of these rules lead not to cooperation, but conflict, confusion at the ground level for staff, and the unequal distribution of resources across our city. The 10 bipartisan commissioners who lead our city's Board of Elections are picked by party leaders in each borough, and they have failed election workers and voters alike. The bipartisan requirement in our state constitution has meant those who oversee and manage an integral part of our democracy, including at least 350 deputies, clerks, and other personnel, are hired on the recommendation of party officials rather than a merit-based civil service system that governs almost all of our other public sector hiring. NKD's review of political contributions by Brooklyn BOE employees to the Brooklyn Democratic Party and campaign accounts of its last 3 party bosses found that employees who had previously not given to the party or its leaders began making donations once they started working for the BOE. And while it is not illegal for BOE employees to make political donations, if they felt compelled to donate money, it suggests heavy influence by outside political forces. The political nature of the BOE is furthered by the body's insulation from city council oversight and mayoral direction. The BOE is a state agency, and though funding is provided by the city and commissioners are officially appointed by New York City Council, there is no direct mechanism by which the public can hold the board accountable other than through the courts and litigation. For example, in 2016, the mayor offered up to $20 million to implement reforms that would update its operation, increase communication with voters, and help register folks in the city, and improve the quality of poll worker staffing, including training and salary increases. However, the BOE rejected the money and all suggested reforms. If the BOE is to carry out fair and inclusive elections, then it must operate as a fair and inclusive body. New York should encourage and promote career civil servants for BOE leadership. The long-term solution, as a panelist before me said, is to amend the New York State Constitution to ensure the state and county board of elections are nonpartisan and include safeguards against partisan favoritism at all levels. Like employees of other government agencies, the professional staff of the Board of Elections should be hired based on merit through a competitive process without consideration of their political party membership, political activities, or personal relationships. Until we can achieve these changes to the Constitution, county parties should be required to arrive at their recommendations for BOE commissioner positions through a competitive, transparent process that includes the entirety of the county committee in their borough. As an example, Senate Bill 6226A, which prescribes qualifications for the commissioners of the Board of Elections, provides a good starting point. In addition, the City Council should use its power of appointment to extract promises of reform from potential commissioners, and the New York State Legislature should provide adequate training for local elections and adequately fund the execution of elections. New York and Nevada are the only states who do not provide training programs for administrators at the state level. Poll workers should be hired without consideration of their political party membership. Poll worker training standards should be improved. And on behalf of New Kings Democrats, I thank you for the opportunity to provide testimony, and I encourage our state legislators to increase the accountability of the Board of Elections to the public.